Good morning, dear students. We'll be starting with the revision of arithmetic progression today. In revision of arithmetic progression, the first thing we'll be doing the concept-wise revision. The first thing that we learned was sequences. In sequences is a kind of arrangement of numbers. Let's take an easy example of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so on. And let's take another example where we have 2, 8, 16, 32 and so on. Now if you observe these two sequences, in the first sequence if you'll observe that every time you add 3 to get the next number, you add 3, you get the next number. 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 3, 15. Whereas in the other sequence, if you'll observe, you multiply 2 to get the next number. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32 and so on. So we'll be learning about such sequences, but for now in 10th standard we'll be learning only those sequences where you add a number to get the next number of the sequence. Such sequences are called AP. When you multiply a common number to get the next number and so on, we call it as GP, geometric progression. So geometric progression will be done in higher classes, not now, but in 10th standard we will be learning only arithmetic progression, where you add a number to get the next number. Now again let's take the same example here. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so on. In this sequence if you'll observe, the starting term, the first term is called T1, the second term is called T2, the third term is called T3, the fourth term is called T4 and so on. We call them as term 1, term 2, term 3, T3, T4, T5 and so on. Okay, like this. Similarly, if we had the 10th term, it will be called as T10. If we have the 100th term, it will be called as T100. Okay, so these are denominations or the symbol used for denoting a term: T1, T2, T3, T4 and so on. The first term, that is the first term T1, is given a special symbol called A. In arithmetic progression lesson, we will be giving a special symbol A for the first term. Now after this, if you will observe, in this sequence we were adding 3 every time to get the next number. So this number which we are adding to get the next number is called difference. That is, difference between any two consecutive terms over here will be constant. 9 minus 6, 3. 12 minus 9, 3. So you can say that the distance or the difference between any two consecutive numbers will be same, common, and that is called as common difference. Symbol is D. D is equal to 3. So we have here A, that is the first term. A is the first term, also can be said as T1, first term, and D as the common difference. Okay, now after learning this, we learned the formula to calculate Tn. Tn means the nth term of the sequence AP. Tn means the nth term of an AP. It can be T10. T10 means the 10th term of the AP. It can be T5. T5 means the 5th term of an AP. It can be T3. T3 means the 3rd term of an AP. It can be T9. T9 means the 9th term of an AP. So how to calculate a term of an AP? We have a formula. Tn formula is A plus n minus 1D. How this formula is derived was explained during the lesson. Tn formula is A plus n minus 1D. So T10, according to the formula, T10 will be A plus 9D. According to the formula, Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1D. We have T10 equal to A plus 9D. So T5 will be A plus 4D, T3 will be A plus 2D, and T9 will be A plus 8D. So this is how we get the terms using the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1D. Then the next formula that we learned was Sn formula. Sn means the total of n terms. For example, if we had the first term, second term, third term, fourth term and fifth term. Suppose there are only 5 terms in this AP. So if I say S4 means total of first 4 terms of AP. That will be T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4. This is the meaning of S4. S4 means total of first 4 terms of the given AP. What will be S5? S5 will be total of the first 5 terms. What will be S2? S2 will be total of the first 2 terms, only the first 2, T1 and T2. Okay. So for Sn also one formula was derived in this lesson. The formula of Sn is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. You need to by heart this formula. Another formula of Sn is n upon 2 T1 plus Tn. These two formulas can be used properly wherever required. We need to by heart this formula, these two formulas. And the other formula which you need to by heart in this lesson is Tn formula, A plus n minus 1d. Once you are done with these 3 formulas, once you will learn all these 3 formulas, the sums that we did in this lesson. The first kind of sum that we did in this lesson was identify whether it is an AP. You need to classify between the sums, children. Identify or check whether it is an AP. When they say check whether it is an AP, that means you have to check whether the difference between any 2 consecutive terms is constant or not. So whenever they say check, that means you have to check T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, T4 minus T3 and so on. So now, if we have an example like this, for example, say 127, 132, 137 and so on. Suppose this is the example. And if they tell us to identify or whether they tell us to check whether it is an AP, what we will do is we will multiply 2 consecutive terms. This is T1, this is T2, this is T3. So we will do T2 minus T1 first to check what we get. 132 minus 127. 132 minus 127, answer is 5. So here we get the difference 5. Let's see whether we get the same difference between T2 and T3 or no. T3 minus T2 will be 137 minus 132, 5. So we see that the distance between these 2 terms and the distance between these 2 terms, or you can say the difference, is same. So if the difference is same, that means we can say, finally we can conclude, since the difference is same, therefore following sequence is an AP. This is how we solve the check sum, that is check whether the following sequence is an AP or not. The next type of sums where A and D is given and you have to make an AP. Suppose A is given 0 and D is given minus 3. And you have to make an AP. So A is 0, that means the first term is 0. So you start from 0. D is minus 3, that means every time you should be doing minus 3. 0 minus 3, answer is minus 3. So the next term is minus 3. Then minus 3 and one more minus 3 is minus 6. So next term is minus 6. Then minus 6, one more minus 3 will be minus 9. So next term is minus 9. This is how we make an AP. You have to add the common difference every time. Let the common difference be positive or negative, whatever. You have to keep on adding the common difference. Then we saw some other sums in which you had to find the 21st term or the 14th term. Let's take an example from there. Suppose, for example, a sequence is given 7, 13, 19, 25. This is an AP. And your task is to find the 19th term. You have to find the 19th term. Now this is an AP. If it's an AP, is there any need to check whether it is an AP? No, it's already an AP. So we directly start with the sum by finding A and D. A will be the first term, that is 7. D will be the common difference. Common difference means just minus and check out what is the difference. 13 minus 7, 6. So common difference is 6. And then we use the formula of Tn. Tn formula is A plus n minus 1D. Okay. So if Tn is A plus n minus 1D, then what will be T19? T19 will be A plus 18D. Remember this format, children. A plus 18D, one number less from here. If here you have 19, it should be 18 here. If they ask T20, then it will be A plus 19D. So T19 is A plus 18D. Now let's substitute the values. T19 will be A is 7 plus 18, D is 6. Now solve this and you will get the answer for T19. Simple as that. Finding Tn is very easy using the formula of Tn. Okay. Now the next sums which we did were SN sums. That is to find the sum of given arithmetic progression. It can be sum of first 22 terms or sum of first 25 terms or anything. So let's see one sum of SN then, and then we'll solve some problem set sums. SN sum. For example, if they tell us to find sum of all the even numbers between 1 and 350. Sum of all even numbers between 1 and 350. Now we know very well that the even and odd, they come alternate in the natural numbers. For example, 1 is odd, 2 is even, 3 is odd, 4 is even, 5 is odd, 6 is even. This you all must be knowing. So if we have total 350 numbers, out of 350 numbers, half will be even and half will be odd. So half of 350 is how much? We have total 1 to 350 numbers. So half of 350 is 175. Okay. So we have 175 odd numbers and 175 even numbers. So if we list down all the even numbers, if we write down all the even numbers like this, first, second, third and so on. The first even number is 2, then 4, then 6, then 8 and so on. The last one will be 350. The last one will be 350. So we have total numbers 175. So we have 175 even numbers. Okay. Now the sum says find the sum of all even numbers between 1 and 350. Now here there is a little, a small slight difficulty over here. If you'll see, the question says between 1 and 350. Between means 1 and 350. The between number should be taken, not the extreme numbers. Here 1 is there. So between 1 and 350. 1 is तो odd number. तो इसको तो हटा दो. 1 is odd. So between 1 and 350 you have 2, 4, 6, 8 and the last number will be 348. Just previous to 350. Just previous to 350 it will be 348. The last even number which is between 1 and 350. So when it is 1 and 350 you cannot take 1, you cannot take 350. So between 1 and 350, what are the even numbers? 2, 4, 6, 8 till 348. Okay. So if we have between 1 and 350 175 even numbers, from that 175 even numbers, one number we removed, 350, 175. So we have total 174 even numbers. Okay, let's try and see what we get according to the SN formula. SN formula is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That is 174 numbers total upon 2. 2 into first even number is 2 plus 174 minus 1. Common difference is 2. The numbers are at a distance of 2 with each other. So we have the formula and the substitution over here. Now let's solve the sum. This will be 174 upon 2 will be 87, 4, 173 into 2, 87, 4 plus 6, 4, 2 1s are 2 plus 1, 3. 87 into 350. So let's solve 87 into 350 and check what answer we get. 87 into 350. 5 7s are 35, 5 8s are 40, 43, 3 7s are 21, 3 8s are 24, 25, 26, 5 4 0 1 3. So we have the number 3045 and this 0 which we did not use over here. So this will be 3045 and this 0 over here. Okay. So this is how we will solve the SN sums. You need to just by heart the formula and substitute the values. Now some problem set sums doubts were there. We'll solve problem set sums. Now in problem set sums, question number 11, 12 and 13, if you will see in your test book, question number 11, 12 and 13, these are all star marked. Star marks means these are higher order thinking sums. These sums will come for 4 marks. These sums will come for 4 marks. So again children, these sums are little difficult to understand. I'll explain these sums. Sum number 11 is over here. Question number 11. Question number 11 says the first term of an AP is A. So we have the first term of an AP A over here. Second term is given B. So T2 is B. Last term is given C. So Tn will be C. Now you have to show that Sn is A plus C into B plus C minus 2A upon 2 B minus A. Now we know how we calculate common difference. We minus the consecutive terms. So the second term and the first term if we'll minus, we'll get common difference D. D will be B minus A. So Tn formula is A plus n minus 1D, whereas the Tnth term is C. So I substitute C over here in place of Tn. A plus n minus 1, common difference is B minus A. So C, this A goes on the other side, will become C minus A equal to n minus 1 B minus A. Now n minus 1 remains on one side and this B minus A, this binomial B minus A goes on the other side. So it becomes C minus A upon B minus A. So n minus 1 is C minus A upon B minus A, and if I want n, only n, this minus 1 will go on the other side and will become plus 1. This minus 1 will go here and will become plus 1. So n will be C minus A upon B minus A plus 1. Now why do we want n minus 1 and n? Because if you will see Sn, what they have told us to prove in Sn, there is nowhere n over here, whereas the Sn formula has n and n minus 1 over here. So we have to remove this n and n minus way somehow. We'll have to remove. That means we'll have to substitute. That's why we want n minus 1 and n. So n minus 1 is c minus a upon b minus a, and n is c minus a upon b minus a plus 1. Now these two things we are going to substitute in the Sn formula. Sn formula, see here again I have written what is n minus 1 and what is n. Sn formula is n upon 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now let's substitute n. N is c minus a upon b minus a plus 1. This upon 2 will be here. 2a plus n minus 1. This full thing is n minus 1. Will come here c minus a, b minus a, and d. Common difference is b minus a. Here we have done on the first page. Common difference b minus a. So common difference will be b minus a. b minus a cancel. C minus a cross multiply. This cross multiplies over here. C minus a plus b minus a upon b minus a will come with 2 now. 2b minus a. In bracket 2a plus b minus a cancel. C minus a remains. Again we open this bracket. This is add, right? So let's add these two binomials. C minus a plus b minus a, and this 2a minus a. 2a minus a will become single a, 1a. 2a minus a will become 1a plus c upon the denominator will be as it is, 2b minus a. After solving further, we'll see here we have minus a minus a. Minus a will become minus 2a. And this b and c will remain as it is, b plus c minus 2a, a plus c in the other bracket upon 2b minus a. And this is what we are told to prove. If you will see, prove that is the same thing that we got just now. Sn is a plus c, b plus c minus 2a upon 2b minus a. And that is what we got over here. b plus c minus 2a, a plus c upon 2b minus a. So hence it is proved. This is question number 11. Now see question number 12. Question number 12 and question number 13 are lookalikes of each other. They are almost same, you can say. Question number 12 says that the sum of p terms is equal to sum of q terms. Usually we have sum of n terms Sn. Now here we have sum of first p terms is equal to sum of first q terms, and you have to prove that sum of p plus q terms is 0. Sum of p plus q terms is 0. Now let's visualize or let's recall the formula of Sn. Sn formula is n upon 2, 2a plus, I'll write over here, Sn formula is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So if we have n over here, Sn formula, n will come here and n will come over here. So if I want to write Sp plus q formula, that means it will be p plus q upon 2, 2a plus, in place of n, p plus q minus 1d equal to 0. This is what we have to prove, equal to 0. Okay. So let's start with the given thing. The given thing is Sp equal to Sq. That means sum of p terms is equal to sum of q terms. So let's put Sp formula. If Sn is n upon 2, so Sp will be p upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 in Sn formula. Here it will be p minus 1d. Sq formula will be q upon 2, 2a plus q minus 1d. Now let's multiply p upon 2 inside. P upon 2 into 2a plus p upon 2 p minus 1d is equal to q upon 2 into 2a plus q upon 2 q minus 1d. So 2 and 2 cancel. You have pa left, or you can write ap or pa. Here p upon 2 p minus 1d will be as it is. Here 2 and 2 cancel. You have AQ left here. Q upon 2, Q minus 1D. Now this AQ will take on the other side with AP. This AQ will come here. AP minus AQ plus this full term will be as it is, P upon 2, P minus 1D. And this Q upon 2 term will also go on the other side. So this will be minus Q upon 2, Q minus 1D. Now on the RHS, no term is left. These both went over there. So 0 is left. Okay. Now if you will observe here, A is common. And if you will observe in these both, D is common and 2 is common. You can remove D out from here and you can remove 2 from the denominator out. Okay. So let's remove A common. A comes out common, inside bracket P minus Q, plus D comes out common, 2 comes out common, inside bracket we have P minus 1 and Q minus 1. See, P minus 1 minus Q minus 1, and RHS will be 0. Now AP minus Q plus D upon 2, let's multiply. P is a P square, P 1 a P, Q is a Q square, minus plus Q equal to 0. Again AP minus Q as it is, D upon 2 as it is, P square minus Q square, these two will come together and these two will be written together. So we have P square minus Q square here, and this minus sign of P will be out. So inside the bracket it will become P minus Q. AP minus Q plus D upon 2, P square minus Q square will be P plus Q, P minus Q. According to the identity A square minus B square, A square minus B square identity says A plus B, A minus B. So this will be P plus Q, P minus Q. Minus of P minus Q equal to 0. Again A P minus Q plus D upon 2. Now if you will observe here and here, we have P minus Q common. So P minus Q goes out of the bracket. Inside the bracket we have P plus Q, and here we have 1. Now P minus Q is here in the first term and in the second term. We have a plus sign over here. So in the first term we have P plus Q, in the second term we have P minus Q. In both the term. So P minus Q common outside. So here we have A plus D upon 2 and this bracket P plus Q minus 1 equal to 0. Okay. Now if you will observe, this P minus Q can go on the other side, because P is not equal to Q. If P is not equal to Q, that means P minus Q also should not be 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. But P and Q are not equal, to P minus Q will not be 0. So let's divide by P minus Q on both sides. So this and this cancel, and 0 divided by any number is again a big 0. So here we have a 0 again. And inside we are left with 2A plus P plus Q minus 1D upon 2. Now again P plus Q we multiply on both the side. Why P plus Q? Because if you will see, we need P plus Q over here. This much we got this much, if you will see. But we need P plus Q also. So I am multiplying P plus Q on both sides. P plus Q upon 2, this 2 comes out. 2A plus the inside bracket term is as it is, 0 with P plus Q. Again when you see, this full thing is SP plus Q. SN formula is n upon 2, 2A plus n minus 1D. SP plus Q formula will be P plus Q upon 2, 2A plus P plus Q minus 1D. So this is formula of SP plus Q. And we got SP plus Q equal to 0. This is what we are supposed to prove. Hence proved. Again I am saying, children, this is a higher order thinking sum. Many children find this sum much difficult. Question number 12. So if you are not able to understand this sum, kindly skip this sum and solve the remaining sums of the lesson, children. This sum should be solved last, when you are very thorough with the lesson. Now the next sum is m times mth term is equal to n times nth term. What solving we did for the previous sum, the same solving we are going to do for this sum. M times the nth term is equal to n times the nth term. So we have to show that the m plus nth term is equal to 0. Now according to the formula, Tn formula is a plus n minus 1d. So Tm formula will be a plus m minus 1d, and Tm plus n formula will be a plus m plus n minus 1d. Okay, so you have to show that a plus m plus n minus 1d should be 0. This you have to show. Now let's start with the given thing. M into Tm is equal to n into Tn. This is given. M into Tm formula is a plus m minus 1d. Tn formula, n into Tn formula is a plus n minus 1d. So after multiplying ma, you multiply m inside, m into a, ma, m into this bracket, m minus 1d, n into a, na, n into this bracket, n minus 1d. Okay, so here we shift both these terms on the other side. The same we did for the previous sum. These both terms go on the LHS. ma plus m minus 1d minus na minus n minus 1d equal to 0. These two are having a common, these two. So a will come out common, m minus n will remain, plus these two are having d common. So d comes out common, m minus 1 minus n minus 1 remains inside the bracket. Okay, now after solving further we'll see a m minus 1 plus multiply m inside, multiply n inside, m square minus m minus n square plus n into d equal to 0. Again the same thing, m square minus n, these all same steps we have done in the previous sum. M square minus n square minus m plus n d equal to 0. Again we have a plus b, a minus b formula here. So a m minus n plus m plus n m minus n minus m minus n d equal to 0. M minus n comes out common. If you'll see, this is one term and this is another. M minus n is same over here. So m minus n comes out common. Here you have m plus n inside and here only 1 remains. Now again, here also m minus 1, here also m minus 1. A big plus sign in between. So this m minus 1 and this m minus 1 comes out common, m minus n. We have a here left, this plus sign, and here this bracket left, m plus n minus 1d equal to 0. Now m and n both are not same, that means m minus n also will not be 0. So we divide both the sides by m minus n. Here m minus n and here m minus n. So this and this cancel. So what are we left with? We are left with a plus m plus n minus 1d equal to 0. And this is the formula of Tn. Tn formula is a plus n minus 1d equal to 0. So this will be formula of Tm plus n. Tm plus n equal to 0. Hence proved. So this is how we'll be solving question number 11, 12 and 13. Again I am saying children, question number 11, 12 and 13 comes in higher order thinking sum. If you are not able to understand these sums, kindly skip these sums and do the regular exercise sums. The regular exercise sums are very easy and they are only about Tn and Sn formula which we have learned. Okay, so try solving all the sums for revision as problem set sums. In the next week we will meet with the revision of first lesson, linear equations, and then we will follow with the new lesson. Okay, the first lesson, linear equations in 2 variables. Neeta teacher will be conducting the revision. Keep your doubts ready for the first lesson, linear equations in 2 variables. God bless you and see you children.